This conference will now be recorded.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started. Hope you can all hear me okay. And all right, welcome to the kickoff webinar for our WE2 mentorship program. Thank you all for joining us today. And as you just heard, the webinar is being recorded and it'll be uploaded to our website at the conclusion. So we're going to get started with some brief introductions of who's going to be speaking today. So this is Emily Sechrist. I'm a senior mechanical engineer at the Rutgers Center for Advanced Energy Systems, and we're the field management team for the DOE's IAC program. And then I'm here with Siddiqa, who's going to introduce herself.
Thanks, Emily. Hi, everyone. My name is Siddiqa Pasi. I'm the Associate Director here at Rutgers. We're part of the field management team for the IAC program. Really excited to have you guys on this call, kicking off the mentorship program. About a year and a half ago, when we started the Women for Energy Efficiency Network, we were looking to provide resources to our women engineers in the IAC program, and so the mentorship program is a cornerstone for the network. And so hopefully what the mentors and mentees are able to get out of this program is resources and kind of a meaningful mentoring relationship that could be useful for both parties. I want to thank a couple of teams, the mentors themselves who are taking the time to give back to the program and to the young engineers in our IAC program and making a meaningful contribution. So thank you for taking the time and being here. And secondly, for the IAC management team, the directors and assistant directors, for nominating the students who are part of this program. And finally, for the students, please take advantage of this opportunity to connect with the mentors and make good long-term relationships that could be successful as you transition from our program to your professional life. So I'm really looking forward to having this program be as successful as it can. So I'm going to turn it over back to you, Emily.
All right, thanks, Siddiqa. And I just wanted to mention as we get started here, I've muted everyone for right now. If you have any questions during the webinar, you can enter them into the chat box that you should see on your screen. And then if that doesn't work for you at the end, I'll take you off of mute. And if anybody has a question, you can ask it then. But for right now, we're just going to keep you all muted so that we don't have any feedback or anything like that. All right, so let's keep going. So as you probably know, this program is associated with the Industrial Assessment Center program, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that, but just in case you're not, we wanted to give a little intro to it right now. So there are IACs at 31 engineering universities across the United States, and they help small and medium-sized U.S. manufacturers save energy, improve productivity, and reduce waste by providing no-cost technical assessments by university-based teams of engineering students and faculty. So as you can see on the screen, we have a map that shows all of our 31 current centers, as well as our field management team at Rutgers. And if you'd like to learn more about the program, we encourage you to check out our website at iac.university, and you can find a lot more information and statistics and metrics and things there. And here I just threw in some photos of IACs in action. So we have pictures of our teams of engineering students and faculty in different manufacturing facilities, performing their assessments. So I just thought it would be fun to throw some of these images in here. These are all from site visits we've gone on in the past year. All right, so now we're going to get into the goals of the WE2 mentorship program specifically. So there are 4 main goals for the program. The first is professional skill development. So we're hoping that this program will help both the mentees and the mentors strengthen their leadership, communication, networking, and other professional skills. Another goal is workforce development. So we want to help our students to identify potential career paths for after they graduate, and then help industry leaders connect with the up and coming talent that's coming out of our program. We want to increase IAC program diversity and retention. So we want to strengthen and support our females that are in the IAC program and encourage them to stay in the program longer, and then also increase the alumni connection with the program. And then we want to also increase industry diversity and retention. So we want to help encourage females to enter the energy and engineering industries and then stay in those industries longer. Okay, so now we're going to go over just a brief overview of the mentees and the mentors in our program. So starting with the mentees, we have 28 female IAC students who are participating in the program this year from 18 different centers. I have a little animation showing the centers here. So that's about half of the centers. And we have a 50-50 split actually of undergraduate and graduate students. So you can see the breakdown of the different grades and stuff like that on the screen. And then as far as our mentors, we accordingly have 28 mentors. They're from 16 different states. About half of them are IAC program alumni. And they come from a range of backgrounds, from engineering and non-engineering backgrounds. Some of them are in academia, some in industry, and varying levels of experience. And we would really like to see, going forward with this program, to have our graduating IAC students become future mentors. So we wanted to put that out there for you to keep that in mind in the future. Okay, so now we're going to go into the program structure. So the way it's going to work is there's one mentee and one mentor per pair. You should have received an email from me in the past few days introducing you to your mentee or mentor. And as far as the structure, it's going to be very open-ended, and it's going to vary for each pair depending on their specific needs. But you're going to have support from us here. We're going to be sending you, you should have gotten a first email sending you a suggested activity or topics for discussion. So you're free to use our suggested activities as a guide, or you can branch out and try other activities as well. And you're going to be meeting either virtually, like via Skype or over the phone, or if you were lucky enough to be paired up with someone who lives near you, or you find that they're going to be traveling near you, we'd love to have you meet up in person. And then here's just some general ideas of things you can do as with your mentee and mentor pair. So you can do mock interviews, resume reviews, LinkedIn reviews. You could read a book or an article together and then discuss it. You could attend a conference together, an industry event, and then discuss it, or even just go with other participants in the WE2 program. You could do a shadow day at the mentor's work if that's something they're open to. And then mentors, you could always connect the mentee with someone else in your network if maybe your mentee is interested in a topic or a field that you don't have direct experience in, but you know someone to connect them with. So those are just some ideas. So here's some tips. Be open about your schedule. Don't overcommit, but definitely establish regular check-ins so that you don't, fall off the program and not check in for a few months. Don't wait for your program partner to reach out. If you haven't heard from them in a while, just go ahead and take the initiative and reach out. A good idea is to always end your meetings by scheduling the next meeting, or at least establishing a target time for the next meeting. Use our suggested list of activities and our tip sheets as needed if you ever feel stuck. Inform each other of any travels that you have coming up, or any conferences you plan to attend, and there might be overlap and a chance for you to meet face-to-face. And definitely reach out to us if you ever feel stuck or have questions or want to provide any feedback. Okay, so next we're going to go over some of the program resources available to you as a member of the program. So the first thing, and this was included in each of the matchup emails that I sent out, but we have some tip sheets for both the mentors and the mentees. So you can refer back to these for just some tips on how to be a good mentor or mentee. And if you have any questions, you can refer to these tip sheets for ideas. And then bi-monthly, we're going to be sending out a program email. So like I said, you should have already gotten the first one that was sent out this Monday. But each email is going to have a suggested activity or a few suggested activities, as well as a question of the month or a topic for you to discuss to just kind of get the conversation going. We're going to do a spotlight on maybe a mentee and mentor pair or an event that occurred or anything we just want to highlight in the program for you all to see. And then we're going to have an ongoing list of upcoming events. So we'll be tracking anything there that you should, have on your radar. And we wanted to mention that if you have an event going on locally or just something that you think would be of interest to the group as a whole, definitely send that through to us and we'll include it on our list. And then also in the email, so there's going to be 3 program surveys that are going to come out. So if it's a month that we're going to have a survey attached, that will be included in the email. We're going to go over that more in a little bit. You're also always going to see the links to our social media pages, which I'll go over, a link to a suggestion box where you can put any anonymous feedback, and you're going to have the program manager's contact information in each email, and then links to our website, which is kind of our homepage, where all of this information will be saved for you to reference. So you can find the tip sheets there, a recording of this webinar, list of the goals, things like that. It'll all be saved on that website, and it's iac.university/we2, so easy to remember. And this just shows the first email that I was talking about that went out on Monday. So as you'll see, there's some suggested activities, some questions to get the discussion going, stuff like that. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to have 3 surveys each year. These are just for us as a program managers to gather metrics on the program and see how it's going for everyone. So we're going to have 3 per year. The first one is going to be 2 months after the initial matchup, so 2 months from now, basically. And then we're going to send you a second one midway through the program, and then a third survey towards the end of the year, just to get feedback on how it's going. Oh, and I had a note here, just try to keep each other accountable with the surveys. Just check in with your mentor or mentee whenever a survey's out. Just check if they did it. That would really help us out. So, like I said, that bi-monthly emails are going to come out the first Monday of the month, every other month, and then about every other bi-monthly email, there will be one of those surveys attached. So this just shows you the schedule. And then we'll restart the program next year. Okay, so then I wanted to go over our different social media pages. So, and you guys are probably aware of this, you've probably seen me clicking on your LinkedIn pages a bunch, but so one of the things we have is a Facebook page, or actually a Facebook group. So we'd like for all of you to join that Facebook group, and we really want this to be an open space where you can post openly about how it's going in your mentorship pair, or an event you attended, an article you think would be interesting for the group, anything like that. So we really want to encourage you to join this group and then openly post and share things through it. And then we also have a LinkedIn page. So this is a page that you can tag. So if you have something you want to share through LinkedIn, just tag our page, and then we'll see it and we'll be able to share it with the group as a whole. And then, like I was saying earlier, we have a suggestion box. So if there's ever feedback that you want to give anonymously, you can go here and enter your feedback. But you're also, free to contact us directly at any time with feedback. And then this is the program website at iac.university/we2. So it just has links to everything that I've just gone over, and then when this webinar is finished, we're going to have the recording up there. And again, so I wanted to put my email address and then Sarah's email address. We're the 2 people who are running the program here at Rutgers. And if it wasn't clear already, definitely reach out to us if you have any issues at any time. We're happy to help. Yes, and there's another note about it. All right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is events. So we're going to be having an annual program meetup, and it's going to be taking place at the AEE, or Association of Energy Engineers Conference, in Seattle in June. So we want you to mark your calendars now for that. It's not required that you attend this, but it's a really great opportunity for you and your program partner to meet in person if you don't have another opportunity to do that, and to meet other members of the IEC program at large. And so it's all kind of, we don't have more specific details on it right now, but we would just want you to mark your calendar, and we might have an opportunity to have some discounted registration. So don't buy your registration yet, but just, we want to put this out there for everyone right now. And then, like I said, in our bi-monthly emails and on our webpage, we're going to be keeping an ongoing list of upcoming industry events. So things like other AEE conferences, ASHRAE meetings, SWE conferences, things like that. These are really great opportunities to meet up with your mentor or mentee, if you're already traveling for it and you might be in their area or something like that. And like I said earlier, if you have any local events that you want to put out there for the rest of the network to see, let us know, and then we'll include them in our list of events. All right, so the next steps for the program. So we'd like you to review the materials that we sent through to you in the 2 emails earlier this week, and take a look at our website and our social media, things like that, just to get up to speed on the program. Reach out to your mentee or mentor sooner rather than later to plan your first meeting. The holidays are coming up, so it's probably a good idea to get something scheduled. And like I said before, definitely like always end your meetings by setting up the next meeting or establishing if there's any follow-up work that needs to be done before the next meeting. Definitely use our suggested activities and tip sheets as needed, but you don't need to feel confined to those either. Mark your calendars for the program meetup, and just be open-minded and see what this experience brings. And I think I clicked zoom in. But again, if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out to us at any time. And that is all I have. So now we're going to open it up for questions. I'll unmute the mics, and then feel free to enter questions into the chat box as well. We'll see if anything comes through. Oh, they're still muted. There we go. All right, well.
Gretchen from Vermont. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
I was curious if there was any interest in there being something like a Slack channel or Slack. There's another organization that came out of when I was at the ACEEE summer study, the Women for Mass Decarbonization, and they have a Slack. And it's nice because we're not all located in the same place, but we can collaborate and find regional connections. And so there's a Slack channel. There's a sub channel inside the Slack called events, and that's where we can find out when, oh, hey, I'm going to be at this conference, and is anybody else going to be there?
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. We use Slack internally here too, so I'll look into setting up a channel there for the WE2 program.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
All right. Well, if no one else has any other questions for right now, you all have my email. And so let me know if there's anything else that you want me to go over at any time. And thank you for attending and participating in the program.
Thanks.
Thanks.